Hello there everyone and welcome back to more Warpforge. Alas, that last video I did was a little bit shorter than I would have liked, but a nice streak of wins is always welcome. It just remains to be seen if it's going to stay that way when I jump back into it into the near future, especially since for the video series I'm probably going to experiment with other decks and playstyles, at least just to showcase what they're capable of, what ideas we could infer from them. Assuming I could get a decent enough collection of cards to at least get a competitive deck going. That's of course going to be the trick, because if any of these decks rely very heavily on some legendaries for their main strategies to kind of flourish, then that might be a little bit unrealistic, but we'll just enjoy the prospect while we can, or at least enjoy the process. But until then, let us dive into the draft and have a little bit of fun with this. Our first one's going to be free, that's how they get you. Don't be fooled by this, but regardless, I am interested to see how they do, or how it differs from everything else. I'm assuming it's like a choice of 3 different cards, but considering we do have a surprisingly limited amount of cards, because if I were to choose Ultramarines for example, I'm going to assume we're only going to have like the 100 or so cards that are available here, maybe even 50. It's not as big of a roster as say something like Hearthstone where you do have neutral cards to kind of feed off of as well, to kind of fine tune your roster. So maybe it's just be a choice between 2 cards, maybe. Only one way to find out, so let's stop overthinking it. Let's just jump right in. Okay, so we have our 3 warlords here. We got Ultramarines, the generic Uriel. We have our Chaos Sorcerer, which I don't think is a good choice because we get 3 random. Can I actually just look at them? Yeah, we talked about this before in my last video. Every turn we randomly get one of these 3 psychic abilities. Don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean they're bad or anything like that, but the randomness probably makes it a little unreliable. At least the, Dark Pact here, that gives us a specific one we want here. Random damage here, which is decent at killing off a target, at least a 2-cost card. And this one gives melee attack. And that's just a flat increase, keep in mind. So all units get +1 attack for so long as they're on the field, and heal 1. And the other warlord I'm hoping to dive into in the future is our Farseer, Enver Keltok. I'm hoping I pronounced that right. I believe the playstyle of our Farseer is pretty much to kind of build up big beefy creatures for more mid-late game. Since their talent just straight up gives them a spirit stone, and I can cycle out my cards to get better ones ideally. Although it goes without saying that this is very risky if I were to use it early on, since I'm sacrificing a great deal of tempo. I wouldn't know just yet how I want to build a deck around here, so I think I'm going to stick with Uriel. Something simple, something that can be very annoying because Master of the Fleet can be good at dealing with Eldari's Spirit Stone collection. And could be useful in regards, but he is also a starter type of character. He's the one you play with in the tutorial, which I don't think he means he's the most prevalent, or at least the most powerful, just probably the most versatile, which could work in our favor. Which also means we're going to be playing with Ultramarines. Let's see. Huh? Okay. Strike Team Alpha. Choose a card to add to your deck. It looks like we're adding 3 cards if I'm completely honest. So I don't know what to make of this. Like I said, this is my first time jumping. I was not expecting picking groups of 3. Okay. Choose cards to add to your deck. So Scouts. Okay, it shows all 3 of them there. So we have the Scout here. A nice 1-cost card to just clean up targets without risking itself. Probably not ideal for first turn plays, but definitely good synergy there. A buff, and then we have an Eliminator, which unfortunately is prone to get himself killed before he gets the chance to do his damage. I don't think we actually seen Sniper before. Basically, if you could kill a target with this unit, then they don't get a chance to do their damage back, essentially. So I'm probably going to forfeit that. Tactical Insight. This is all buffs and spells, or stratagems, which I don't think I want, although Tactical Insight seems really enticing. This is the first time seeing it, but I like it. And Spearmer Crag, ooh, big expensive cards. which isn't really a bad thing, but I was really hoping for something with cheap flexibility, although Itario Cronus could be a decent 4 cost, even though realistically, I want to play him when I have the energy to play vehicles as well. Is that what I want? I like cheap cards, but I question if these guys are up for the challenge, especially since they're doing very little damage return with the one melee attack. I think I'm going Spear McCrag just because of Cronus here. He seems like a nice solid 4 cost card for if I can get to that point. Alright, group 2. Knowledge is power, so these are a bunch of spells and a librarian. So 2 damage, draw a card, 2 cards, and then a librarian, draw a card. Don't think I want that. I want cheap cards. Primaris Primaris Incessor could be a really good 3-drop. Draws 3 troops from your deck. Maybe not so much of a fan of that. And then we get this group again. Okay. I am really enticed to get a scout, but again, I would like something that's 2 or 3 costs, and the Inceptor is ideal for that. I was really expecting us to go with one at a time, which makes this a lot more trickier to pick out the proper cards, because if I want to get the Inceptor, I basically am forced to get the other 2 cards, which isn't really a bad thing, but my focus is getting early cards. At least solid early cards, and the Inceptor is one of them. Now, if I could get a 2-drop, that would be great, which we have the Assault Inceptor, we have a nice Honor Guard, and then Blade Veteran, all arguably pretty solid cards for the cost. 2 of them are Vanguard Taunts, so that downgrades their raw stats a little bit, but I think I can't ask. I almost want to blindly just grab this, but where are the other ones? Regular Inceptor, Company Ancient, and Knights of McCrag Stratagem, so don't think I'll get that. Another Inceptor could be fun, but I think this gives us 3 minions, and they're all pretty good minions, I would argue. Just raw stats. One might be slightly downgraded, but if it can survive a turn, getting this 3 heal can be great to make it really sticky. And I think that covers a lot of our troop problems for the time being. What do we have access to? Don't think I want these big beefy boys, ideally. Too expensive to my liking and be a little bit tricky to synergize. Only really the Dreadnought probably would synergize with Cronus. So I don't think I want that. Guerrilla Tactics. This is good. I like Infiltrators and Second Inceptor. Don't know how I feel about Sheltered Location since I'm so far utilizing a lot of range characters. Only really my Vanguards I think are kind of the melee focused ones. But that's the one I'm thinking of in Mustard Army. So another armored support. I would need more vehicles to just before even justify looking at this. So I'm thinking I'm getting Guerrilla Tactics. Now Inspired Warrior. There's a 3 energy card. Probably not all that exciting, but it's at least going to be a 3/3/3. And I definitely want the Storm Raven. Just having that crowd control and even a hard removal. Ooh, that is very, very enticing. Not as enticing as this group here. That basically fills out my troop roster for the rest of the draft almost. Outside big elite cards. Because can I look at my deck here? No, it doesn't want to show me my deck for a reminder. But yeah, I think in grabbing this, it gives us another 2 cost. We get a 3 cost that's good to clean up a weak adversary. Especially if we go first and they play a 2-drop card, that can be really nice. Although it will die immediately, so it's not my favorite, the 7 Company Bike, if I am honest. But it's good for cleanup there, especially in the late game as well. It's cheap enough for me to follow up on, and nothing I want here. So fast attack it is. Now maybe I'm okay with getting something bigger. Another Cronus, ooh. And then that gives us access to a Dreadnought to complement. I think I want that. Gives me another good mid-range creature and start getting some heavy hitters for later on too. Otherwise, don't think I need that. I think and what about this one? A 3rd Inceptor and another 1 cost card. I think I get another Cronus. Because yeah, it buffs up vehicles. And these are both vehicles too. that's something I gotta consider. Later game, if I can use Cronus with the 7 company bikes, then that's easily worth its 3 energy cost. If it can do 2 damage to kill one target and then charge another one. I think that's worth it there, at least later game. Okay, so that gives us a little more heavier punch. How's our curve? We got a lot of 3 mana cards, so let's try and get some more 2 costs. Firstborn, Pariah Vanguard, which can be good for my vehicles late game. And let's see, ooh, Sargentalian. 4, 5, and 6. Let's see, I already got a decent amount of 3s, so that could be good for rounding out my mid-tier. How good is Talion? Give Sniper to all your units this turn, so that can make them ridiculously resilient, but again, I would like to actually look at my cards. And Sniper, I gotta keep in mind, Sniper only works for ranged attacks too. Which a good handful of my units are ranged, so I could consider that. Ooh, Storm Raven. I definitely want the AoE. I got the hard removal. This will give me a second one. I don't think I care about forward deploy at all, though. It gives me a 2-cost card, but I don't like it not one bit. And this gives me, both these give me the Sergeant. It's hard to really judge how Talion's gonna do, because again, I can't actually look at my cards, can I? To see how much range I have. But I think this could work. It helps rounds out my mid energy pool. I just need a couple more 2s, which I ideally don't want them to be spells or stratagems. We got a Judicar, we get another Tyrannic War Veteran, but we're already got a decent amount there. Another Inceptor. Oh yeah, and Gather the Company as well, I don't want that. Okay, that triggers the Codex effects. That could be useful. I don't think I have too many Codex effects. But let's see, how is our Chaplain exactly? 4, 5 for 4. That's like a Hearthstone Yeti, basically, with a Codex effect attached to it. Which isn't terrible, with that said. It could survive a lot of punishment. What about the Ancient, though? He seems more like a Stormwind Champion, just buffing my allies, and probably is not very sticky on his own. And that gives me a 3-cost, which I really want 2 costs, and a Pariah Vanguard's not it. And we have 2 choices left, I gotta keep that in mind. There's an Assault Intercessor, and our Honor Guard and a Blade Guard Veteran. So basically 2 of everything. Every one of these cards is what we're going to be choosing if we take this. I would like another Redemptor Dreadnought, but we got 2 big heavy hitters, and I probably should consider that as well, but I need more 2s, and dang it, something's catching my sword, and I apologize. I apologize for that a bit, but we'll take this and one more. Can we end off strong? Death from Above, Assault Centurion with armor. That is really nice. 7/7 with 2 armor. And Taunt. That is incredibly efficient, I won't argue. And we get ourselves a nice, basically soft removal of 4 mana costs or 4, 5, 6 energy cost cards. I just don't see any real value in forward deployment. I do not like it one bit. And I do want another 2-cost card too. That's where I'm leaning away from this, but I don't think I want Knights of McCrag. I kind of just want solid cards, and both these look incredibly solid. One of which is also epic, apparently. Alright. And I don't think I have enough vehicles to justify this, maybe. Again, can't really double check to make sure. Alright, so gimme. It's literally not going to tell me what my deck is. Well, okay, there we go. I wonder if that was always there. So we have 1 Infiltrator, Sacred Bolter for a buff, Shelter Location, 2 Assault Centurions, a single Primaris Reaver. It's not terrible. There's a good chance of me grabbing one of them there. Single forward deployment. Despite seeing them a lot, I managed to somehow avoid grabbing multiples of these. It can be useful, but it's more for later game, honestly, when I play something and still have mana to spare, or energy to spare. 2 7 Company bikes. These can probably synergize incredibly well with Cronus there, with the flank potential. But again, that would be more later game. They're not going to be doing much on their own. Armor support, making these vehicles cheaper. Codex discipline, I don't think I have very many of those. 2 Primaris Inceptors, they would be incredibly solid if I can grab them. Hard target to get rid of there unless they have a dedicated ranged unit. And even then, it's 4 damage guaranteed to kill them in the process. And then we've got 2 Cronus, which can be good. And also we get unlock a talent, which is absurd. 2 armor and Vanguard to a friendly vehicle, if Cronus can survive a turn. Indeed absurd. We have a Hellblaster. I'm not convinced about this yet, but Blast could be the unsung hero for dealing with swarms if it gets that position. But I don't think I'm going to be utilizing them very much. Death from above. Self-explanatory, that's a good way to swing back tempo-wise if they play something expensive. That's relatively fragile. 2 honor guards. Basically a Yeti with taunt from Hearthstone is how I'm perceiving that, which shouldn't be too terrible, right? A chaplain for the same thing, but it provides a buff if I can spend my energy. So we got a good number of 4 cost cards there. Let's see, we got Gather the Company for 5 for drawing troops. And we only have a single 5 creature or troop, and that's going to be Tellian, interestingly enough. I wonder how we can make that work. And then for 6s, we got 2 Veterans and a Company Ancient. And then we get even bigger and better with the Inceptors. The Inceptor Sergeant even, so 6/6 flyer and even flank, so it can attack immediately. This thing sounds terrifying. This could very easily get 2-for-1 trades a lot of the time, unless they have something with armor kind of in the way, which they have no way to really plan for that, do they? Then otherwise we have a single Assault Centurion, a Redemptor Dreadnought, which has a Codex conveniently, so that works out well. And then we have our big finisher and the Repulsor Executioner. Yeah, 8 damage to an enemy troop. Sadly, that can't work on the Warlord. That would be a great way to end off. But if Cronus is around and can give armor to this thing, this Executioner could be all but unstoppable. Unless they run into... Oh, wait. Oh, did I not take the... I'm noticing now I did not grab the hard removal there. I think I was choosing over a 2 cost, so that's unfortunate. I would have loved the AoE 2 damage, the strike, I forget what it's called. And then our inspired, whatever our 4 cost or 5 cost removal was. So that may have been a mistake in retrospect, but I do have at least a good balance of troops. Maybe just not the support and spells I would like. But it is what it is. Let's see how far we can go with this. Alright, so we're facing in Sorcerer right away. Or Neurosorp, I guess. We're getting rid of our expensive card. We got a great... We have... Yeah, I'm going second, so we have a great start in a 2-drop and then a 3-drop. Because I didn't consider it, but the Reaver... Ooh, we even get an Assault Intercessor.
Swords of Kelp, with me!
So I'm pretty flexible here in countering any plays they have. And also I have the High Factory for my tempo swing for going second. Okay, so they don't actually have any play. Which makes me wonder if I just go straight into the Inceptor. It sounds like a silly idea because I'm only going to attack once, and it does have flank. I gotta keep that in mind. That's not really worth it. I should be utilizing that flank for a big tempo swings. So that taunt will slow it down a little bit. It will kill it, but sacrificing some tempo to do that maybe. Okay, there's our stealth, so can't do that yet. And then I can get another intercessor to kind of taunt. And actually, I think I'm gonna... Now, this is a big question. Do I use this now, soften this up, and then do my tempo swing on... Yeah, actually, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the high factor to play a second intercessor. Maybe a terrible idea, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't have anything too expensive.
The Emperor guides us to victory.
And then, let's see. This may not work the way I want it to. Because, yeah, he could still Spirit Leech if I... Yeah, he can attack a Spirit Leech, but that hurts his tempo. But let's do damage. Doing damage shouldn't be a bad choice.
Yeah.
But I could just see him easily killing off this Vanguard if he invests his resources into it. He has an extra Gene Steal in the hand, which is part of the reason why I was contemplating against that. Because he'll just play a second Gene Stealer. That's why I want to leave the other one alive, honestly. Okay. So we can kill it at least. We have the flanker. He thinks he's safe. He's not wrong. But we do have a bit of odd mana. So could I... Let's see. Because I can't kill him without a doubt. Just how to make that efficient.
One strike is all I need. Yeah.
And just like that, because they decide to merge the two Gene Steals together, I have the tempo advantage here. Because this is at full health, so have to melee attack right into his 4 points of damage if you want to kill it without investing too much. And yeah, I'm going to do it unfortunately because got the odd mana kind of to allow for it. So how do I deal with you? I do have a Reaver, which doesn't do much on its own, but I can kill this thing before it gets out of hand. It just begs the question, what's my other alternative though? Because I'm a little bit in odd predicament now because of this odd mana stack I'm at. Because yeah, I could kill this thing easily enough, and then that just attacks my face.
We need to move now. They'll be dead before they see me coming. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just kill this thing off. Let's see. So, it's going to equalize a little bit with that Spore Mine in my face, because it commits suicide at the end of the turn if it survives. So yeah, the odd energy cost, or odd energy tempo is working more for him than it is for me, alas. So I can blind them. That's not going to help too terribly much, though. To your other infantry troops, that's not going to help a whole lot. But I will get to blind at least. Just again, going to put me at odd energy for trying to maximize my damage there. And it doesn't actually help me a whole lot.
Trust in the Emperor at the hour of battle.
Yeah, that's the third turn in a row I have like 1 energy left over. It's a little annoying. Because I don't have anything. It just limits the damage if only barely. And they can still kill off my chaplain too, which is unfortunate. Okay, so gonna try and kill off the chaplain. I think this is all she wrote there. Because I don't think I can come back against something with armor. Because I didn't get either of my Chronosis for a 4-drop. And they have a bunch of mana, so this might be over. Assault Centurion, although I'm one turn away from actually playing, it's a bit of the problem. And I don't actually have any minions, sadly. I had a good number of 4, or was it 5 and 6 drops, and I'm not getting either of them. Ah, my. Yep, this is over. I have literally nothing I could do. They could just kill me off this turn. Now it just begs the question, what did I do wrong there? Because even everything was going decently at the start there. I again wonder if I should have left those 2 Assault Intercessors alive. Rather than suicide one of them there. At least then I could have tanked the shot against the Gene Stealer. But even then, that would probably not have made too much difference. That is unfortunate. Was it a lack of support abilities? I don't know. Because it seemed like I had some good starting cards. Like, yeah, it's just, again, just getting them in odd turns to not really get the maximum impact. Okay, there's our 4-cost Cronus. We'll keep him. Then take out the other 2 for something cheaper. Okay. Now we just need something decent to 2-drop with. Can we get it, though?
Swords of Kelp, with me!
I will reshape this galaxy into a place of order and unity.
Unfortunately, no. Which isn't too bad, considering that it gives me a reason to use my Inceptor for anything they may play. Assuming my Warlord just can't straight up kill it, but I'm not utilizing flank the best if I don't attack with it, right? Alright, so that's their hero ability. Just do 1 damage to me, heal 1. So that will be a losing exchange. Okay, I got a Reaver. But yeah, I really should play the Inceptor and then set up for Cronus next turn if I'm so lucky.
One strike is all I need.
Only problem is, yeah, they could kill off the Inceptor. But sacrificing a little bit of tempo, but with the extra health that they start with, that's not really a positive for me. But if they don't play anything, that's the perfect opportunity for Cronus, honestly, because he can't really punch back. So I'm okay if he just spends his resources trying to kill off the Inceptor. Okay, there's his tempo ability, so he is going to try and kill him off. Take the 4 damage. It still has this 3 energy for the Obsidian Destroyer. And now, so much for that. I could kill you though, I have the Reaver at least. And actually, even better, both of them are going to survive. I'm going to take very little damage doing this. Okay. He could very easily kill the Reaver with his ability, his talent, but that's 2 energy to do that. And you probably would want to use that energy just to kill the Intercessor. I would have liked Cronus, but I like to argue this was just as effective. Now, what on earth are we going to do for a turn 5 play? I do not know. Okay, second one. Okay, just going to reanimate. Any benefit when reanimate? No, but this one's going to gain stealth. I can at least kill this one here. I should have gone for a reanimate there, but I could still kill it off.
Make the engines roar! It's time to scour this battlefield.
And then just have you sit there and defend. There. So actually, I don't know how many reanimate abilities they have, but it's something I should be mindful of. So you're gonna probably have to spend your attack or your talent. Oh, just going for the range. I'm fine with that. Cronus. I don't have any vehicles to kind of take full advantage of flank, sadly, which would be amazing if I can get one next turn. But Cronus can at least is a big threat on the board. Could even kill our taunt piece. Okay, so that's gonna give it stealth. Okay, get me a nice Vanguard piece. And this only works for a vehicle, which is fine. I'll take the Vanguard. I will happily take the Vanguard. Although, is there justification for the Primaris Chaplain instead? Not really.
For courage and honor!
Alright, so take them out there. Do some blasting. Because, yeah, you're currently stealthed. It's not very obvious, but you're currently stealthing.
Yeah!
Now, it's just an honest question. When do I want to stop being aggressive with my Warlord? It depends on how many spells I could do damage with, honestly. So, are you going to oh, with Frenzy. Yeah, that's the Frenzy trait there that took... So, yeah. This unit attacks by itself at the start of your turn. My opponent basically has no control over what kind of attack it does there, which we saw it do a range attack last turn. Okay, they're going to reanimate. Unfortunately, they're dead. And thankfully they had no stratagem. And no vehicle until next turn. Well, this is awkward. How the hell I'm gonna have to sacrifice both Cronus and... Yeah, that's 7 damage right there, and I have to give you flank. Actually, I don't have to sacrifice Cronus, but...
Trust in the Emperor at the hour of battle.
It might not be worth it. If I'm honest.
Yeah!
Now, shelter location doesn't really help me. To all units in play. But it forces them to deal with the melee boosts at least. Maybe that's not too terribly exciting. I don't know how to best use shelter position, but now it forces him to fight my melee at least. Regardless of what he wants to go after. It's not significant, but it's extra point of damage, at least if they go after the Chaplain. But Cronus is probably the big threat. And if they ignore Cronus, then we know what our turn 8 play is going to be. No mana. Did not attack at all. Okay, enjoy this moment. This is gonna hurt, and this is gonna suck for him.
Even in death, I still serve.
Alright, so everyone's got buffed. Just kill the Warlord outright, or the Necron Lord.
Yeah!
You are not coming back. And now you are almost dead. Yes, in fact, you are dead. Death from above works on the Warlord too. We're actually going to get a win here after how embarrassing that last match was for me. And it worked out pretty well there. I think, yeah, my opponent got too intimidated to attack. And now they are pretty much dead. Are you going to concede, or are you going to play some kind of taunt? Alright. Just kill it. There we go, that is game. We got a victory there. I was worried for a moment this deck wasn't going to pull it off. But we got it. We got it. Now we got ourselves a first victory. We're 1-1. Can we keep that going? Oh, another sowing rope. This makes me worry. Considering how badly it went before. Do I really want the Hellblaster as my turn 4 play? I don't really like the bike, but I'd rather have it than random chance on getting something useful. Now that leaves me with probably nothing for my turn 2 drop. We'll see. We're going first. Which can be scary because I believe their little card they get for going first, at least starting off, it just reduces the cost of a troop by 2. I don't know if that includes like monstrous creatures later on in the game, but yeah, that is a big deal. Because they could potentially get a 4-drop minion in right away. And it's right off the bat a Gene Stealer. So not much I could do here. Not worth using the bike, because I can't really target them, so this is awkward. Yeah, I don't really want to use the Reaver either. How to best do this? At least this way I can soften them up, but yeah, they're just going to double buff up with the Gene Stealer. And there's not much I could do about it, sadly. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. They're just going to play another Gene Stealer. I will be able to kill it off, I hope. So it's going to have 7. Yep, I will be able to kill it. It's going to hurt like hell, though. Alright, so 3, 4, 5. I will have to sacrifice the Reaver. No, actually, no, I don't.
They'll be dead before they see me coming. Yeah.
Let's kill it off. We are at a slight deficit, but I think we recovered decently there. I like to argue, considering that they burnt their momentum card. What is it? Second turn card that they got. And we have a minion on the board, but that's not going to last long. Okay, here's the Prime. Okay, I think I know what my turn 5 play is going to be. Because we're going to do 2 damage and then we can flank with it. It's unfortunate. Because this isn't really what I want to do. Do I have an alternative? I could Vanguard. But it's so easy for the Neurosrope to just kill my Assault Intercessor. So that's not really saying much. Hellblaster is not important. And you're just gonna straight up die. I think we just kill this thing.
Temper your speed with faith and flame.
Alright. Not a fan of that, because it gave me really nothing. Besides just a reactionary turn. And I don't have any of my Vanguard cards yet. To kind of help stall them out. Because yeah, here comes their big Vanguard cards. Yep, that's sadly with armor, that only is going to bring it down to 3 damage. I could still kill it though. It still might be worth it, but we're in again another situation where I'm not really gaining much momentum. Alright, it is dead though. But I don't like this lack of momentum I'm getting. I'm just playing very reactionary for someone what is it? Yeah, I had turn 1, keep in mind. And that's not a good sign. Unless they happen to run out of cards that they can use. At least efficient cards, at least, for the energy that we have. In this case, they're going to double up on gargoyles. We have an easy solution to that, though. We'll just need to kill the bugger. We have a Vanguard as well to take some hits. And I'm inclined to take it.
Draw your blade for the primer. Yeah.
Alright, so that basically stuns it for a turn. Which, if they have another Gargoyle, though, is going to be a bit of a problem trying to kill it. But at least they're wasting resources for suboptimal play. So long as I can actually kill it is the exception. Now, with me having 8 mana, I should use Gather the Company there to draw 3 troops. Okay, kill off the... Yep, use their ability, get Spore Mine. Not a whole lot I could do there. Unfortunately. And I very much would like to melee these bastards with my veteran. Because he can solo them, but I'm not going to have an easy way to deal with this. Okay, that changes immediately. Thank you kindly, Inceptor, for coming to the fray. You are going to die, but there's a small price to pay for this creature's imminent death. You are trained up for 6 energy. And we still have tempo. Can I burn? Okay, I can get my 5 mana and get the Codex to heal up. And stock up our hand size a bit. Perfect. And we have our Dreadnought. No Cronus, sadly. But this is a nice, good position if I can keep that Vanguard. If I can keep the Blade Guard veteran alive. Because regenerates 3 health and them no presence on the board. That's going to be amazing. It just means I won't play the Dreadnought next turn because I want to get that keep triggering. 9 mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can play 3 minions. Someone is scared. Not that I can blame them. Alright, I think we got momentum in our hand. Because we're going to basically heal up here. We got Telling as well. Is that the right choice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see. That's 4 damage there. And then I can only do 1. That's the only... Actually, the Codex will give me 1 more. So I could get both.
Strike at their weakness to prevail.
I should have attacked first. But this allows me to kill it. Might be the issue. Actually, I have a better idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not right. Sniper doesn't kick in. I am wrong about that. That's unfortunate. This is the reason why I was a little bit worried about taking Tellian, because it doesn't actually work with melee. But that was me just not thinking it through properly. The smart choice would have been just have the flank, and then with the Codex I would have healed back up to 5. And I still would have got the damage buff too, I think. But our board's starting to overwhelm them. It's just, what kind of board removal do they have? Yep, keep buffing it up. Keep buffing it up, please. Because they did not read the fine print on the chaplain. I just need to trigger that again. And did not attack. Someone is terrified. Alright, can I trigger the... I can. I can very easily trigger it again. How's the best way to do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Make the engines roar. It's time to scour this.
Alright, this is gonna suck. Alright. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Alright, this looks like it's over there. It looks like it, but... Yeah, because I have a I have a lot of units that's still high in health, so any spell they use isn't really going to clear the board. They would just need a ridiculously powerful Vanguard creature, and even then I don't think it's enough. Okay, this is nice redemption after failing against the Tyranids last time in the first round. But let's not get carried away yet, it's not over. Despite it looking over. I'm just not familiar with any cards the Tyranids might have to actually clean up this mess. Painful Whale. Yes, that's right, you run. The Ultramarines are successful Mercrag stands. We continue to march forward from Mercrag, so I am happy with that there. Let's see, 2 wins, 1 losses. 1 loss, rather. We can still keep on going. Alright, we're facing off against Abaddon and Chaos. This could be rough. But we do have a 2-3 cost. I'm still unconvinced by the usefulness of the company bike for 3 mana this early, but it could trade nicely. Considering Chaos are all about buffing themselves to ridiculous levels if left unchecked. Unchecked even.
With me.
From the eye of terror we shall bring no mercy.
Now, so the Assault Intercessor will survive. There's no outside, because I don't think they have any spells for easy damage. It's a good first turn play, I want to argue, and it gives me presence to deal with anything they may play. Because again, Chaos is all about buffing, and has very few abilities that actually do damage with stratagems. And case in point, they got a little scared. So, can I continue to take advantage of that? I do have the Inceptor. I hate the idea of using it this way, but gotta punish them.
One strike is all I need.
And this time I'm leaving the Intercessor not attacking as much as I would love to do 3 points of damage. It forces them not to play another minion. And then I can use Shelter Location to help get like 2 turns of just raw damage in. Okay, so this could be a little tricky. Not as terrifying as it could be because they have no ranged attack and the Inceptor is a flying unit. Only Abaddon can do that, and that's not a big deal. I can work with this. Because I could then use the bike to kill one off, and then Shelter. They probably thought maybe they could kill the Inceptor, and then just now found it the hard way that it's actually a flying unit. They need range attack for actually hitting flying units. Or be a flyer themselves, that's also the exception. Alright, so I know what I'm doing here. Oh, you tempt me with Cronus. I might actually take the bait. Because then I can use this bike to do 5 damage to anything they play. And I think Abaddon will be forced to kill off this Inceptor. Or deal with Cronus. I think this is a better play. I already committed to the play with those attacks, honestly. Because I was really hoping to do these 2, and then I get 2 straight turns attacking. Well, actually, I would only get 1 turn of attacking to be. Actually, yeah, I would get 2 turns because he couldn't counterattack. Because blind Shelter Location would reduce his range attack for that following turn. That's a hard choice. Cronus would be amazing tempo and I can immediately take advantage next turn. They just need to play something to justify it. Okay, Cronus will survive. That's the big factor. Unless, actually, they could buff it, actually. That is not entirely true, but they lose their tempo ability. Because, yes, due to... Wait. Yeah, I went first, so they have the means... Their comeback little card that they got gives them a free mutation, and they get to choose what that mutation is, so he's going to go for the kill. Arguably not worth it, but that shows how terrified he was of Cronus. Now the big question is, how do I follow up? I don't really have a follow-up, unfortunately. Because turn 6, I'm going to be playing this. Abaddon is just going to straight up attack the bikes, which doesn't honestly help me. Yeah, this is... I could still play both these, though. Yeah, this is awkward. That was the worst time for that.
Temper your speed with faith and flame. Yeah.
So we're going to have to try and follow up and hope they don't have the cards they need, because I'm not going to be able to kill whatever they put down, which is a bit of a problem.
Your body will serve as a vessel.
Okay, so 7 health. That could survive, but they will get rights of possession. Gotta be cautious of that. This is unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
For the Primarch.
But at least we have a health pool there to start softening up the demon. But this is where they buff him up to ridiculous levels. That is the worst time for him to actually use that tempo swing. If I had a minion I could have dropped down that was worth it, that would have been a different story. And they have a second spawn them. And this is where they use possession. More than likely. That does burn all their mana, but it gives them a unit. And now I've lost complete control of this game because I don't have much of a choice. Okay, there is slight salvation.
Ready your jump packs? We strike now.
Alright, so we'll reduce the range power to give this another window to do a bunch of damage. I should have done... that was stupid. I did not consider to weaken my attacks too. So we'll just hit Abaddon with that said. Because I could still kill you off, that's just not ideal. And next turn I could play the Assault Centurion. Which then we can start maybe getting some tempo back in our favor, but if this starts getting buffed, that's a problem. And Abaddon has a talent that allows him to give a random Dark Pact buff for 2 energy. It is random is the only caveat, so he can't... It's a 1 in 4 chance to potentially get what he wants. There's Nurgle that's +1 health and regenerates a health every player turn. There is the Siege one that's +2 health and can't be targeted by spells. There's Slanesh, which is +2 attack and melee, or range and melee attack. And then there's Khorne, which taunt and +2 attack. And in this case, they got 2 buffs, one for the +2 attack, and health and regen. So I could still kill it, thankfully, and this isn't too terrible. How do I best want to do this, though? Because I, without doubt, killing the Assault Centaur. Alright, we're okay. We are okay. Unless they have... The only hard removal I think Chaos has is one if they... on a basically a Warrior Execute. They can instantly kill a damaged infantry or troop. So Abaddon would have to either use a spell first, or just go face into that.
At your aid.
And geez, that's the third spawn them. I have the armor, but they don't have the mana anymore to just execute me. I think we're okay. I was terrified for that turn, because it was almost spiraling out of control for me. Yeah, I think we just win right now. We potentially can win right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We were close to winning. I still could win, actually. 8, 9, 10 for that. 11, 12. Okay.
Trust in the Emperor at the hour of battle.
Alright.
For your speed with faith and flame.
And we didn't even need the buff. We still won anyway. Oh boy. That was scary for a moment. For a damn moment there when I had the wrong card to play for that. When Kronos got shot down. Thankfully they didn't have the right cards to take full advantage of it. Maybe. Impossible to truly say, but yeah, that was scary. I was sweating there because of how I was looking for a brief period. But we managed to swing back somehow. Alright, one more battle and we're face off against the dreaded orcs. The greenskins. This will be interesting because orcs have a lot of randomness to them. So it can be really tricky to strategize around some of their plays. Although I'm not familiar with all their abilities. It will be a nuisance. And I am going second, which ideally is kind of what I want. Considering I have the Reaver.
With me.
I'm the hand of Gok and Mog.
Hello there, Gazgol. He basically just buffs all his troops on the field. So giving him a whore is a terrible thing. Oh. You're a mean one. Because this Makari just keeps coming back. Backlashes Death Rattle for the Hearthstone savvy. So I can't kill you. Just, do I have better alternatives? Not really.
They'll be dead before they see me coming.
Not ideal, but it is still a suboptimal type of play, right? He is just going to continue to be a thorn in my side, but hopefully we can use that to our advantage too, because if he keeps playing him, he keeps being suboptimal. So a bunch of grots. Alright, 2 damage there. And I do have the Scepter. No other candidates. And I do have the High Factor, which, if possible, I'll save for the Sergeant.
One strike is all I need. Yeah.
So we're going to kill 2 of them off. So Gazgol, outside of any stratagems, cannot deal with the Inceptor. Without going face into 4 points of damage at least. But he can't kill the lass. Which still makes, well, if he yeah, he could just walk in here and then take 1 point. Okay, no vehicle.
Truck ready to jump.
Okay, never mind. He just buffed up there. Which isn't too bad, hopefully. Now, I got the Hellblaster, which is terrifying, although he could keep buffing up by next turn. Actually, it'd be better to play the Chaplain, who sadly has their effect isn't going to do anything, but it's a 4/5 for 4.
Trust in the Emperor at the hour of battle.
So we'll see if they invest resources in this. And if they do, that'll be a bit of a ruse because I'm going to bring in the Sergeant next turn. Which hopefully he'll feel comfortable enough to play something big. That could count. Yep, that could count there. It is only 4 mana card to be fair. But we can get some decent tempo.
Ready your jump packs? We strike now.
Alright. So Gazgol doesn't really have a good way to deal with that. I'm hoping. Stratagems are always a wild card though, especially with orcs. But no minions, we cleared the board to keep the pressure down, because the last thing we want as orcs, especially with Gazgol, is to get a big board. just for their special talent alone, that's going to be a nightmare with the amount of damage she'd be dealing out. So we're containing them well. If I could get the Hell Blaster, that'd be great. Doubling up. Alright, so I almost want to use Death from Above there. Let's see, I have 6 energy. Actually, I know what to do here. Alright, get the Hell Blaster out. Alright. So the Sergeant will fall, but I think he did enough there for tempo. And we do have Death from Above to hopefully kill something big. Something singular at least. And I can use armor support, I believe, to pick up... Well, I could get the company bike, which might not make this worth it. Draw 2 cards, give them +1 attack, so there goes most of the energy. Alright, going for the kill. That's a big blow there. And now we have the health advantage.
Ready for fighting, boss?
Oh, God. I'm going to argue that was a big mistake, because Blast does AoE damage. And I could focus on Gazgul. Ooh. It's an odd number, but this helps. Keeps putting the pressure on heavily. Alright. This is about to become a rout in a moment. And I'm all for it. Because let's see. If the... So, how much damage can we do? 9, and then we're 1 short currently, which we have a stratagem for that, or we have our talent. This is over. I don't even need to play anything. Just go for the kill. Cut off his head. Okay, we managed the Orc Horde incredibly well there. Thankfully. Saving up for the Sergeant. The Intercessor Sergeant was amazing. I'm really happy with how that turned out. And now we're 4-1. Let's try for one more before calling this video a wrap, shall we? Okay, we're fighting Gazgul again. I don't know if it's the same fella or not. Now, this is tricky. I don't like the company bike here, but it's good for giving me options. But I already have the Inceptor, which arguably is better? I'd argue. I'll hang on to it. We do get a Cronus, we just don't got 2 cost card.
Swords of Kelf!
Which actually, that's not true. With the High Factory, I do have a 2-turn play. Now, I don't know if this was the same guy I just played or not. Either way. Let's see what they're gonna do. Let's just hope we don't get a bunch of grots and immortal grots at that. That'll be a pain in my ass, even though we did manage it pretty well. Although, is this guy just timed out there? Is this actually the same opponent he's just bad-mannering us out? That would really suck, but we'll see what happens. Okay, there they are. Makes me wonder if they're a bot then. Makes me wonder if that's typical bot play. So, I am contemplating just getting aggressive.
One strike is all I need.
Not gonna be able to do much damage, but gives me presence on the board. Hopefully, although I gotta be mindful of a grot bomb. That could ruin my time, but we'll just... I think this one's going to require me just cropping out because I don't think we want this downtime if it's going to happen. So, I'll just give my thoughts. We're going to do the 7 company bike next, especially if they play a minion. Then we'll have possibly Kronos or the Hellblaster, depending what they do. And then the world's our oyster from there on out, hopefully. Alright, a garage tank.
I'm driving.
So sadly, there's not much we could do about that. We can suicide into it and get a trade. It's just not the trade I would like. Because with that armor, I only do 1 damage here and then 1 damage with my warlord. So that's a little unfortunate, but... I can at least kill it though. It's just not what I would like. Although, gotta keep in mind, it is unstable, so there's a chance it'll do damage to adjacent units. So it's still worth probably killing for the health tempo. Just not the trade I would like.
Temper your speed with faith and flame.
With that said though, I'll get a decent amount of tempo here. Because already we have the same health pool for someone who started with 5 extra health. And then I could play Kronos next turn, but I'm not going to have any real tempo. Bit of a problem there. So I gotta hope they don't play something too durable. And Grots are fine. Grots we are fine with. A little annoying because again he can buff them up. But let's see. Kronos is not going to survive this because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but he takes their entire turn outside of any additional plays.
Yeah, make the engines roar. It's time to scour this battlefield.
Alright. I'm not comfortable with the Hellblaster because the Hellblaster just dies to these two with the buff. Because that's 2 mana to buff them up, and then 3 energy left to play something. And sadly, I can't give my Hellblaster flank here to kind of be good crowd control. That would be a useful turn 6 play, though. Or turn 5, I suppose. Okay, there it is.
You can outflank me.
So that's unfortunate, but they are going to do a little bit of damage just to put us basically back where we started. I should have played armor support first, honestly, because of this. I did not consider how this would work. And that does not seem very ideal, because yeah, this would have been so much better. That was a misplay on my part. That is unfortunate. Because then I could have cleared all the grots that way. I didn't consider that it was actually a Discover card. Was it was that actual Discover card? What does armor support do? Just choose a vehicle and put it in your hand. Okay, so it is like a Discover effect. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking that would draw out of my hand. Or out of my deck. I think. That was the big misplay, and if that costs me a match, this is probably it right here. Or at least there's a play that would cost me a match. Yep, they're gonna double up. I can at least kill one of them. Actually, I could kill 2 of them. Both of them even. So maybe that wasn't so much a misplay after all. And sadly, flank doesn't really matter on you. Okay, but we got tempo control. What's my turn 7 play? Because I can Hellblast their flank if they play multiple troops. And we have Death from Above for something big. Okay, so maybe that misplay wasn't so much a misplay there because it allowed me to swing back, although would have done me better if I played that earlier to kill the grots off. Hard to say. But let's see, we got the Company Ancient, which could be useful if somehow the bike was ignored this turn. Hellblaster Flank. That would be an amazing possibility there. To just do 2 damage AoE to pretty much everything. Okay, there's Big Mech Boy. Okay, that's unfortunate. But I can kill it this turn. Actually, that's 5 damage. That is unfortunate. I could still kill it though, it's just going to be a lot more costly. And it's still probably worth it because of that. Yeah, I am losing this exchange now though, which is a bit of a problem. Just a wee bit, but now I can use my 6/6 with flank and kill something really solid outside of something with armor. Like you.
Get over here and face me claw.
I'm driving. Yeah, I'm driving.
So I can't do both. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That will give me the Codex and buffs and a Vanguard of sorts. I just like the idea of just
To move now.
I like the idea of just sending him out to get the kill. Not ideal though.
For the chapter and Lord Gilliman.
Yeah, and if only I had one more point of damage, that might mean something. Yeah, I don't like it there. But at least we killed something dangerous. But I might lose this engagement here in a moment. Because I'm pretty much out of tricks at this point. Just about. Maybe I could do something big at turn 10 with the Executioner. Maybe, just maybe. Is he going to try and go for face? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then just needs 3 more damage to kill me. Which could be right here.
Over here and face me claw.
Alright, try. Okay, big hit there, but now I am susceptible to this thing. So I think I lose, sadly. There's very little I could do to stop this now. My, that's a shame.
The Emperor guides us to victory.
Yeah, I don't think there's much I could do there. I'm dead. It's that simple.
Trust in the Emperor at the hour of battle. Yeah.
Oh my, that's game. Nothing I can really do there, sadly. Which just begs the question, what did I do wrong there? Was it actually that slight misplay not getting the company bike like I said earlier, or something else? Or did I just run out of stratagems to kind of utilize? I don't know, honestly. But yeah, they'll just leave us suspense like a bot would, probably. More than likely a bot, possibly. I don't know. Hard to say. But I think we're dead here. Yep, just destroy all troops there. Had the global board wipe. Well, 5 points difference there, which is essentially what we started with, but yeah. I think we'll try one more since we're just about close to finishing off this draft run if I make one more loss. So let's try one more game. Alright, potentially our last match here is going up against Necrons, the Stormlord no less. Do I keep the Sergeant because I can get him turn 5? Nah, let's just not do that there. Because yeah, we got another turn 5 potential play that could be better.
Swords of Kalth, with me!
I will reshape this galaxy into a place of order and unity.
Obey indeed. Ooh, we got the Inceptor. I don't really need it. But it feels so awkward not having an actual turn 1 play. So let's see what they do. The Primaris Inceptor is probably one of the best statted 3 cost drops, on top of having flank and flying. The only exception, the only downside is it only has 3 health as opposed to some being 4, which does hurt in that regard some. Now I think we play Cronus down here. What would be my turn 4 play? Well, that's obvious. And then I could just kill this flare.
Make the engines roar! It's time to scour this battlefield!
I won't lie, this is probably not the most optimal use of Cronus, but a 4-5, just flat stats is still good. Well, technically it has 3 melee. Alright. It still gives us a nice trade here, dealing with their 4 cost card. So I'm not too worried. Because yeah, it baited out that card, and now we have our proper big beefy guy. Although, if they reanimate, that'll be a problem. That's always the scare with reanimate, isn't it? Which is probably why I should have gone with the Inceptor instead, to help ensure that kill. Because I am playing a big risk here, aren't I? Nope, Lich Guard. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
One strike is all I need.
There. Now, how's that for a nice clean response? Still can reanimate, but it's at least not like the destroyer that can just charge me immediately afterwards. Okay, just reanimating. Okay, that has stealth. Not a whole lot I could do about that, but I take no damage at the same time. And I can add on to the pressure. If only slightly. +1 range attack, so that would become 3, that would become 3, so we kill him with 2. And that doesn't really do anything about you. But we got something even better.
Ready your jump packs? We strike now!
Now let's actually attack with you. Because yeah, you're going to kill the Inceptor without a doubt. Yeah, let's actually... Yeah, save the health. At least that way I still get that awkward health, although they could do a Scythe Strike, which is 2 to 3 damage. And what's funny is, yeah, you survived that blow. They could still reanimate, but the reanimate doesn't help you there because you wouldn't get to attack. Oh my. Well, we know how this might end in a moment. They just rage quit out, didn't they? Well, that was anticlimactic. Not the kind of win I would have liked, but it's still a win. Let's see if we get our final defeat in to round us off, possibly. Alright, Eldari this time around. I definitely have experience dealing with them. Do I care for shelter location or not? Probably not. Okay, we got some decent turn 5 or turn 4, yeah, 5 energy and 3 energy plays. I am going to be going second, which is going to be very nice for me dealing with their spirit stones if they rely on that for their deck at all. Hard to say how they're building their deck.
With me!
We bring death from above, as Cain's spear did before.
We'll see what they do. Because yeah, if they play anything expendable... Okay, so just gonna do your talent, which just simply gives shuriken to a unit. Nothing exciting there. Which actually works for me just fine. You don't get spirit gems. I do have to be mindful of them going wild host, which is vehicle based, which I don't know how that playstyle will function. But it's a fair trade. And I have a decent turn 3 play if needed. At least a little bit.
The shadows are always vigilant.
Okay, easy solution here. We'll take out the Vanguard. Oh wait, that... Striking's... Is that the right choice though? Because yeah, if you do 3 damage with your Warlord, although that's gonna hurt. And then the Striking Scorpion leaves itself exposed. Is that the right choice? Because I'm not going to be... It's stealthed right now, so I can't attack with anything else, but that could be the play. I will take the hit. What's my turn 4 play, though?
We need to move, now! For courage and honor!
Alright, so... If he wants to kill that without any spells, although Banshee Mask could be a problem there, actually. Yeah, if he has Banshee Mask, then that's almost his entire turn. And... still would have to go into face. Again, what would be my turn 4 play? I do have the Reaver for a nice counter punch. And then my bomb, my artillery strike, basically. Or air strike, I guess is what it's called. Let me just check. What's it actually called? Master of the Fleet's all is. Which doesn't sound appropriate for just bombing him. I know that's his title, but we want air strike, is what I'm calling it. So yeah, he would have to invest resources if he doesn't want his attack to just whiff. He will kill it, of course. There it is. That's what I was wondering about. There goes most of his resources. Okay, I got Cronus. That was the luck of the draw there.
Yeah, make the engines roar! It's time to scour this battlefield!
A very durable unit to follow up on that. It's almost as amazing as it was before in my last game. But that was luck of the draw, let's be honest. Now, what would be my turn 5 play? A bit suboptimal, I won't lie. We'll see if Cronus survives. Okay, still could get the kill.
Swift demise.
3 shuriken, 1 range. I do thankfully have the Reaver to kind of kill it off. So that's... Ooh, I have the Inceptor as well. Is that the right choice, though? Considering both are... Yeah, Shuriken. I gotta be mindful of Shuriken. It just comes down if I'm okay with him burning Shuriken, really. Because if he goes for the Shuriken to avoid damage, that's actually a good thing for me. And then I get to keep the Inceptor for later.
They'll be dead before they see me coming.
So that's the point here. Oh wait, I was gonna do the bomb there. That was dumb. That was a mistake. Very minor, but that was a mistake. Sort of, because I would have took 2 damage if I gone face on the Warlord anyway. Where there, I just only took 1 point damage, so it still would end up as an equal trade. But that was not the intention.
Burn Kane's fury.
Okay, this is going to be a trade. But does it have to be? One, two, three, four, five, six. I could keep my
Temper your
veteran.
with faith and flame. One strike is all I need.
He is the last dead, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Gotta remember, they have spear stones. I'm getting a little bloodthirsty. So yeah, you can't just shuriken this off unless you use a stratagem for that. So you'll take a little bit more damage to the face, which puts me in the lead, which is saying something. Then I'm gonna have to figure out what my options are for turn 7, because I got 2 really good plays, just suboptimal, which always does feel... Which feels bad, doesn't it? Just having that 7 energy and still having 1 lacking. But these are solid cards, 1 for each roll. Another trade, I'll take it. I'll take another trade. I would like a better option, but there isn't really one.
Ready your jump packs? We strike now. Yeah.
Now, next turn I could rush flank with the Vanguard. Or the Blade Guard, rather. Or if he plays something not as terrifying, I just Redemptor. We'll see. If they play a Horde of multiple units, I would play Redemptor. If it's something I can rush, like that, I'm Vanguarding. It is sadly going to die no matter what. But it is sort of trading up a little bit. I'm going to take a lot of friggin' damage though. Maybe I don't want to rush into that. Is that the smart choice? Just let me take the hit. This is a tough choice. Although I already made the decision by spending that energy, honestly. This could be the end. Because I'm susceptible... Well, they don't have anything that does 7 damage at least.
I am always swift.
What the heck just happened there? Why? Oh, they just did a range attack, stupid me. I overthought that a little bit, didn't I? Oh, Nightshade Interceptor. So that was a terrible mistake. That just cost me a match there. I should have killed that. I was overthinking it, thinking I could just weaken it enough. Alright, that's game. That was a terrible misplay there on my part. Our run is over. I oversaw it there. I, for some reason, was thinking I had the same flat damage. I should have just flanked and killed it off, but it would have hit me for 7. It would probably have been bad regardless. I don't think there was any easy way out there. Unfortunately. Unless I was somehow able to flank with my dreadnought. They just beat us on just raw, durable targets or durable units. And just going facing that probably would not have done it for me. So sadly I didn't get 2-to-1 ratio. Oh my. In retrospect though, I probably would have... Things were about to snowball out of my control anyway, I think. Even if I killed him, killed that Wraith Lord, that's still 7 damage I would have took to the face. And I don't think I would have had anything anymore to deal with the Viper, alas. But let's see what we get. So we get Curse of the Pharaon, Hormigaunt Booster Pack, and some gems. Not too terrible, and apparently we still get a free attempt. Oh, premium rewards. Okay, that's the difference, I guess. Alright. Regardless, we will give this another try sometime down the road. It was fun. I'll have to look into the video and see what I did wrong, or if I just ran out of options. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I will see you next time.